Hello ladies and gentlemen, Xentorogaming here and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a full flight going from London Heathrow Airport to East Midlands Airport. During this YouTube video, nothing shall be cut out as far as I'm aware. So to start the aircraft, as we are in the aircraft, we need our nav lights on and we need our main battery and the APU on start. We need to get some power going through this aircraft before we can even think about doing anything. So while here, we just wait for this all to load up. It takes about 40 seconds according to that. So right now, I'm in an Airbus A320. So here we go. It's a very nice aircraft, actually, in infinite flight at the moment. So now that's all started up, we can put our no smoking signs on while passengers board the aircraft. We're going to have to make a flight plan today, so we're going to do our departure SID. And we're heading north, so I think that would be our best one. It's one of these. Add to flight plan, because we should, or we plan on departing runway 27 left. And then following out the SID, we just make our flight plan. So East Midlands Airport is Echo Golf November X-ray. And up there, I think they're using runway 27 as well, which is actually quite nice and handy for us all. This flight shouldn't even be that long. Do they have any SIDs and stars? Yes, we do. We got some arrival ones. No, we're not going to use any arrival. We're just going to use our approach. So that one, that one, that one. This one looks probably best suited for us. Ooh, I want to use that bit. So if we just add that flight plan, and if we remove the last, yeah, there we go. And that's perfect. So we'll probably be cruising only about 16,000 feet, if that, to be honest, because our departure is actually straight out, heading north. So hopefully passengers are now on board, so we can do that. We don't need that much fuel at all. We do have full passengers on board though, with the 175 today, which is quite a busy flight actually. So we're going to set our trim to 14% and everything looks quite good in the cockpit at the moment. We could turn our beacon lights on because we're about to start pushback. And we are on Unicom as well in London Heathrow. Oh. Yeah, I'm in the right. Alright, we can start our pushback then. Oh. There we go. So there are other aircraft here, and the airspace isn't overly quiet today. But, I mean, yeah, it doesn't look that bad. It looks quite good for an infinite flight today. It's quite nice. And the weather is not bad at all. Although right now in England it is looking like it's going to rain. But I don't think it will rain at all. I really don't think it will. Oh, yep. So now we can start up engine 1 once we... engine 2, I mean, first. When we are fully pushed back. So... here we go. Nice little turn. And we stop. Okay, engine 2 can begin its start now, and then we can also turn our APU off once both engines are on and running, which is good. So we should be able to see the number on the right. Yeah, that should go up to about 20% there. That's the M1 for the engine, which isn't that bad. And then we can bring our flaps down once all of our engines are both booted up. Now I want to find, is this the aircraft inbound? Yeah, Trev 777. Yeah, this dude's inbound for touch and goes on runway 27 left. So he'll probably do his touch and goes before we even get to take off, probably, depending whether he uses the full final length. We also indeed have a Air France KLM aircraft here, 737 as well, about to do a lovely flight. Now I have remembered on the flight plan, I haven't added our destination. There we go. That's much better. And we will have estimated time, distance to death, there we go, the estimated time of our arrival we'll place down there. So we got a KLM aircraft there ready for takeoff and a caroglux. So it looks like we're third in line for takeoff at the moment, and engine 1, 2 looks fully booted up, so we can now begin our next engine. We should have enough power now to turn off our APU, so that should be right. APU now off. And so while we wait, we can see where are these aircraft going. So this dude doesn't say where he's headed. He's got no flight plan field, but the Air France KLM, he's held short for us, which is actually really nice of him. We're not quite ready for taxi though. Not until that second engine, but it looks like someone has waited to let us go, so we are forever grateful for that. Okay, and we can probably announce taxi 27 left then. We are ready for taxi to 27 left. So is he letting us go, or? I would presume he's allowing us to go past him. Yep, okay. That's very kind of him. I will see who it was when we get to the to our gate. Yes, he was indeed waiting for us, because now he has begun to move. Some people were very nice in Infinite Flight, to be honest. That was a very kind gesture from the person to... he's going to park. Ah, okay, fair enough then. He wanted to park. Okay. Still, a very kind thing for him to wait instead of just barging in front of us. Expert server, he's done expert server very well. We are very appreciative of that. So we have a caroglux plane, so it looks like we're now actually second in line for takeoff then, with an aircraft inbound on touch and goes. And we are going to go right in here. So that's looking quite good though with a caroglux aircraft. I reckon he's going to do some pattern work. Yeah, there he is. Lovely aircraft. Lovely aircraft. I do love the 747 Infinite Flight. It is a beauty of an aircraft. It is just top notch. And he is going on takeoff. Is he? Is he moving? I don't think he's moving quite yet. Oh, he is. I didn't hear him announce takeoff though. Oh wait, no, he did. My bad. See, that's the issue. You get so caught up with some stuff in Infinite Flight that you do sometimes miss ATC communications. Now, we are going to wait on the ILS hold short line, because I believe this is an ILS landing bit on the runway. So that is us ready on the runway. Now that aircraft inbound on touch and goes, we should be alright actually to take off before he gets there. Unfortunately that Air France KLM aircraft has now disappeared. But while we wait for that aircraft to get in the air, we can just begin our checks for takeoff. So we do have our spoilers are off, trim is set, flaps are ready, parking brakes are still on. Pushback, none of that. We don't need the hub for takeoff. We should be alright. Our main battery's on, APU is off. Landing lights and strobes will come on in a second. Seat belts are on, smoking on, and engine 1 and 2 full and running. We are ready with our VNAV, will come on once we're at cruise, our LNAV. We can set our cruise altitude right now actually. We should have done it when we were waiting, but we can do it right now very quickly. We are heading west, I believe. So we can fly at 18,000 feet. And our speed and vertical speed will do that once we get in the air. So, I mean, that aircraft is in the air, so we can announce takeoff. 27 left, and we are departing north. So we can do that. and get our lights on. I do believe the TCAS system does work down here, or the Airbus equivalent. But here we go, let's get onto this runway then. We are both clear left and right as well for takeoff. There we go. So we can just hold short very briefly. Where is this aircraft? Is he out? Yeah, we should be more than clear for takeoff now. So let's go for it. And it looks like the guy for touch and goes is on left base, which means he's just, yeah, he is indeed on left base. He's using the full short final thing. Fair play. We've got to centre line up a bit. I'm going to be aiming 15 degrees pitch down here upon takeoff, so I'll have to keep an eye down on that. We are at our V1 speed, and we are cleared for rotate. Rotate. 15 degrees. Positive rate, gear up. Gotta watch our speed a bit. Don't want to pitch up too much at all here at this current stage in takeoff. We're turning to 297 degrees in a second. And we are pitching up a little too much for my liking, so we're going to turn that down a bit. There we go. And we are going to turn it now onto our first, well, checkpoint. (297 degree), 298 is where we're headed. But we're just going to follow our flight plan a little bit there during our takeoff. We're not going as fast quite yet, so we will increase our speed a nice little bit. It's a lovely view over London right now though. So our speed is now going up very nice and steadily. And we can start to engage autopilot on everything. So we're going to bunker that all the way down now. We can just slowly bring down our pitch, as we have indeed done quite well on that takeoff. I'm quite impressed with that, and that's quite happy. Going to enable that, and I am happy with our speed at 240 knots. Our altitude is indeed set for cruise now, and we can bring up our first set of flaps. We can disable our landing lights at 8,000 feet, and we can engage our linear navigation. Linear, or is it lateral? I think it might be lateral navigation actually. I can have a quick look. It is lateral navigation indeed, my bad. So we're in the air. We're not actually due to get there. I need to turn the volume down a little bit for me on the game. We're only a 20-minute flight, which is not that bad at all. So we are not too far to go. I think I did really well on that takeoff actually. I'm quite happy with that. I'm not expecting a smooth landing, so please do not expect one. But we are looking very good in flight right now. So let's see the outside view, what we got. Well, there's Heathrow Airport. Wow. And then London itself over there. Now let's go back into this. Now there was that caroglux plane that took off. Here he is. Where is he actually headed? He has some sort of flight plan. He's got a citizen stars on it. But we're not going to need to question that. We do have the Trevor guy, I think. Yep, Trevor is just coming in on landing. So that's quite cool. And we have surpassed our altitude, so we do need to turn land lights on. And let's bunker that speed a little bit. Now the reason I'm going up one at a time is just, I don't know. We're going to go up to about 293 knots as well, which should lead us to Mach 0.78, but we won't reach Mach at all during this flight. There we go. We have reached our Mach. I'll be happy to disengage our seatbelts when we reach cruise actually, because our cruise is not that very high in our flight, and we will enable our VNAV very soon. Now I believe our VNAV brings us to 2,000 feet there, but can we make our last one, like how high is the airport? So 306 feet, I want to be at about 200 feet on MF. Do we reach an MF? No, it's just a runway. So if we set altitude to like 50, where's it going to put the altitude at? It doesn't. Okay. Should set out to 0 or nothing, and then we will just have to guess when we go through all of that stuff. So now we are during our takeoff stage of flight, which isn't that bad. Strobes are all on and everything, which should remain on for our flight. And I'm almost happy to disengage our seatbelt sign. So that's looking very good. And I need to enable my VNAV almost immediately by according to this, but I don't think we're going to do that until we reach at least our next checkpoint. And we can indeed tune out of Heathrow, and East Midlands is not yet on our frequency. I believe we are out of Heathrow airspace here. So there's quite a few actual aircraft. There's an EasyJet virtual airline dude. I am indeed currently in the EasyJet virtual airline. Where's he going from? He's flying from Gatwick. That's a good, very popular hub, and he's headed up to Iceland, I think. Yeah, that's very good of him. And we can now turn off our seatbelts for a bit and give our passengers a nice little bit of luxury before we begin our descent, which should be very shortly. So yeah, when I reach the next checkpoint, I'm going to enable the vertical navigation, which should bring us down to 8,000 feet. Which, to be honest, we have to be at 8,000 feet very shortly, so I might just set the altitude to that for nothing and see what happens to our VNAV now. Nothing. We don't need to be at 8,000 feet there. So we are 8,000 feet right now. We do have our Pepsi can for our in-flight drink for us pilots. And it's such an amazing view. I love how far the simulator has come throughout the years. So we could probably turn on VNAV now. And how badly are we going to descend? It's only, won't be an awful amount, but we're just going to have to keep a watch on our VNAV during our descent and everything, which is alright. I'm more than happy to do that kind of stuff. How deep? It's only minus 1,400 feet, which isn't that bad. So engines are all running, looking very good there. That's our descent, our altimeter there. Yeah, showing our descent again, and our flight path. We can just have a quick look at that in our nav bit. We get the arc out maybe. I do prefer that view, but we can increase our view a bit and get the arc. There we go. So we are upcoming that, and there are no aircraft within the vicinity of us. But if I do, no, there is that EasyJet aircraft is right there. If we increase our range a bit, there we go. So we can see that aircraft very clearly now on our thing. That is our TCAS system working, which is brilliant. And we are descending, so he is getting higher, of course. We should actually be surpassing 10,000 feet actually not too shortly. So what we're going to do with that is get our landing lights on when we reach 10,000 feet or 10,500 feet. So therefore we have our landing lights enabled. We're 58 nautical miles out and we're still not in range. We won't be in range until probably where we reach checkpoint Pigot or even DME 25. But yes, that is our plan right now. Flight plan looking all good. And we are probably going to cut back on our speed. When we reach about 14,000 feet, I'm going to begin to slow down the aircraft. Chances are we may need to even enable our spoilers to slow down very quickly. Right. So we're just about 15,000 feet. Looking very good. And that other aircraft, is it indeed? How fast? Ah, he is doing a right turn. Is that on his flight plan? Yes, I think it is. I think it was just a bit of a random bit, probably from one of the flight plan websites, which many people do use. I've not used one recently, but I do indeed have one that I do sometimes use. So we're going up to 40,000 feet, so I'm going to bring our speed down to about 275. We are looking alright for that, and I will bring on our seatbelt signs at 12,000 feet because we are not, it's not an awfully long flight, so our passengers should be alright to not require to stand up for too long. Now, oh, I wonder what that is. So we do have a nice exterior view again of the aircraft. We are coming up to the East Midlands already, which is very, very helpful. And our speed 275 we've reached, so we're going to come down to 265 now, and we're just going to slowly bring down our speed bit by bit so we do not actually exceed the speed limit, because when we reach below 10,000 feet we cannot go any faster than 250 knots generally, but I think they've changed it to 260. So we're at 265 at the moment, which should be alright for us. And we only have 1,000 feet until we do indeed turn our seatbelt signs on. And the view from the first officer's seat is looking very much the exact same picture, which is nice to see. Now, there is an airport right in front of us apparently. I do not see it though, so that is a shame. And there's one off to our right as well down here. There it is. That's not an awfully, that's, how many runways has that got? Oh, it is designed like that, was it? Is it RAF or? No, it's just Swill Aerodrome. Fair enough. We got Birmingham there, so we're only a little bit north of Birmingham. I was going to go to Birmingham, but I fancied East Midlands today. I can do a flight to Birmingham as well though. And we are through our 12,000 feet as well, so passengers can please now sit down as we prepare to break through that speed. And we are almost at 11,500, so we go down 260 knots. So we do not overspeed at all during this flight. So we are looking very good down here as well. Our fuel looks alright. I think that's our fuel, yeah. Seatbelts are on, our smoking lights are all on as well. And our fuel on board is just over 4,000 kilograms, which should be way more than enough for us to make our final landing. Our speed is on, autopilot, our altitude, and our nav is on as well, which is correct. 6.4 nautical miles until we reach checkpoint Pigot, which is alright. And of course, here we go, we have our approach here going into Echo Golf November X-ray, which is East Midlands International Airport as well. So we're only about 20 nautical miles as well from here, from DME 25, and about 25 from reaching that short final, which isn't too bad in itself. So we do need to bring down our speed to 245, and we will enable our spoilers because I was a little bit late, so we're going to have to cut down some speed very quickly. and we have just made it alright without breaking any speed violation, so these spoilers can come back up. We're at 245, we can go down to 240 now. And it looks like our vertical navigation is brought us at -1000, and we are just about to turn on to checkpoint DME 25, which is our first of our proper approach. Now there is that airport as well, that was on our maps. Here we see EG74 or Bruntingthorpe airport. It's probably an airfield with a museum, I'd assume. There's quite a few there, but it does look like an alright airport. Although I can't see any taxi lines there. And here we go, guys. We begin our proper final approach into our airport, or our final destination. So now we're going to send out our message to the cabin. So cabin crew, please get the cabin ready for landing. And then we would also generally do a speechment. So our speech to our cabin is going to be, ladies and gentlemen, as we approach our final destination of East Midlands Airport, please may you remain seated during the landing, and we hope to be on the ground within 10 minutes. The weather in East Midlands is currently about 17 degrees Celsius, clear skies at the moment, and there is no rain forecast. I recommend you wear a hoodie or a coat during your exiting of the aircraft due to the temperature difference with the aircraft and the airport. Thank you. So there we go, we've just done our speech to the cabin as well, so everyone on board should be preparing to get ready for landing. Now, do we have any visual in the airport right now? There's some kind of airport over there, but that isn't our airport. That is that's to our, oh no, it's not, that's right in front of us, which is one of them. That's EGYE, I reckon, which means our airport is over the left as well. But I can't see it. VNav has now got us descending even more, so we're going to bring our speed down as well to 225 knots, just for a bit of comfort. I'm still looking out for that airport, but I can't quite see it. It's right off to our left now, but I still have no visual on our destination airport right now. And it's not going to be over here, is it? I got a feeling it might be behind the pillar. So if I go to the first officer view, we might get a better view. It's out there somewhere, but I can't quite see it right now. So that is alright then. So we're going down to 5,000 feet. Can we contact our Unicom yet? We should be able to. Here we go. Announce inbound, landing runway 27. We will be making left traffic. I need to pop into my settings quickly and turn up the ATC volume. And then now we will report our position on left base, runway 27, when we reach DME 36. So everything's looking quite good now. I do believe we can see our maximum speed, so to bring down our flaps for one, anything below 230 knots should be alright, but I don't think we need them right now, as our pitch is just alright for our landing. Still no visual in that airport though. Where is it? This is getting a bit, I don't like to land blind without knowing roughly where the airport is. I know there's an airport out here somewhere. I just can't see it yet. We're descending to 4,000 feet on VNav now. There it is. I believe that's our airport there. Yep, that is indeed our airport. There we go. So I've located our airport, and we will indeed be getting our cabin hopefully very ready, or our cabin crew almost ready to land. Now, I will warn you all now, I am not a professional at landing without using this, but I'm going to give it a go. I can't make any promises that it will be amazing, but I do like to give myself a bit of a challenge. So with our nav, we're going to bring our range to 10. And we are probably going to announce left base right now.
November 444 Echo uniform is on left base. Runway 27.
And we're going to go to 200 knots and bring down flaps 1 when we reach 200 knots. I'd like to bring my spoilers on flight mode right now. I'd like to bring down my flaps 1 degree. So there is our destination, and it does look very good. So we do look alright actually on here, that wise. We can bring our spoilers, we can arm them for our landing now, and we can just slowly bring down our speed bit by bit, keeping this a very good flight. So we need to be at 2,000 feet quite early actually, and we're just going to remain at 2,000 feet by the looks of it. We need to report our position on final in a second once we are in that final category heading towards FF27 off of CF27. So that is all good. Oh, we do not have our landing lights on. That is a mistake, guys. Sorry about that. We should have turned them on ages ago. Here we go. Everything looking good. And we are on flaps 2. And we do indeed have a visual on our final, well, our runway. We could probably report position on final now. We are indeed in that triangle. That's looking good, flaps 2, and we are pitching up a little bit, as you can see, which means we're going too fast for our flaps. So we bring down our speed a bit to try and level that out. 180 still isn't enough, so we're going to go down to 170 knots. And yeah, see, we are pitching up way too much right now to maintain this altitude. So we don't really need VNAV now. So we disable our VNAV and we can come down and do some manual work now with this. And I can indeed use the map to my advantage. If we can try and get 1,500 feet for then, should be alright. This airport is indeed at 306 feet, I believe, from when we checked. Yep, 306 feet in the air. So that's alright for us. And the runway is directly in front of us, and we are... Oh, that's quite a pity, because you see the runway from the map and the runway in the sim is a little bit off. So we are indeed landing on the strip, not the thing we can see. So I've calibrated the aircraft. We bring down our speed even more now. So that's quite good, and we are looking very good actually at minus 1,500. So we can just keep on going down. And now we will need to enable our flaps again, because we are pitching up again. And gear can come down now as well, along with another set of flaps. I'm going to disable our LNAV and our heading, so that is all in our manual control now. Now we are flying straight right now, so we just got to go right a little bit so we can land this. And we should be near enough straight on actually. Yep, that's perfect. So we are way too high now, so we are just gonna bring the speed into our manual control so we can lower the aircraft. We're at 1,000 feet. This is very nervous times for me right now, so please may I'm going to be silent for the landing if that's alright with everyone. Sorry about that. I just used that HUD there for a little bit more guidance, because I do not want to land too early or late. But it looks like we're actually bang on it right now. So we're doing very good. 500. 400 feet. 300 feet reached. 200 feet. 100 feet. 30. Oh, fled too early, fled too early.
20. 10.
That was not the prettiest landing at all. So we're going to centre line this up. We're a little bit too fast to go off there, but we do have another aircraft here, I believe I saw. That kind of caught my eye on very short final, so... Oh, that aircraft now disappeared, okay. So no, that wasn't the prettiest of all landings, but indeed we did make it to East Midlands Airport. I'm quite impressed with that. That was a first decent landing. I very rarely land like this. I generally land like this. I generally land using the HUD, but I thought for a YouTube video for today I wouldn't use it, so, and I'd like to improve my skills without it, so that wasn't too bad, I don't think. We can now bring our flaps up and that when we get off the runway. I will hold short line and do all of that stuff right there, but we are indeed landed. Oh, that aircraft is back as well. It's a Ryanair aircraft. We can go park up next to the Ryanair aircraft, or why not? So here we go, and we're just going to turn off right here. And we are planning on holding short here. There we go. So we're going to bring our APU on to start, because we are now on the ground. Strobes light off, seatbelt will stay on, flaps up, spoilers up. And we begin our taxi and we can announce clear of all runways.
East Midlands Unicum. November 444 Echo uniform is clear of all.
We are now over the line, so we are clear of all runways. Now we can go park that Ryanair aircraft as long as we don't cause any havoc to it. There he is. He's just vibing over there. And that's quite, there's only a flight time of 23 minutes today. So that's not actually a very long flight. That's actually a very nice short flight, and I do enjoy short flights like this because it's good to get your landings up quite quickly and you can do a proper flight. So indeed a Ryanair 737 over there. It's got a live cockpit as well, so I'd like to fly in that live cockpit very, very shortly or soon. But we are indeed going to try and come up next to it. We'll go to the left of it, I think. That'd be quite nice. In fact, no, we can go straight up here, can't we? And just go right next to it that way. And here we go. So slow down a bit, and it looks like the aircraft's on the left, so we're going to take the left one as well then. And here we go. I seriously thought this was on a hill for a second there. And the Ryanair aircraft is indeed pushing back, so he is... I wonder where he is headed. We can have a look once we fully stop the aircraft, so we will stop with the outside view. Just a tiny bit to go, and that'll do. So we head in our cockpit quickly, and we can... APU is on, so we are clear to shut down engine 1 and engine 2. We can see how much fuel we used today. Fuel on board, so we only used 400 kilograms since we last checked, which means our fuel consumption, I don't know what GW is, that's not a fuel we used, is it? So we only used 1.2k of fuel, which is actually very, very good. Again, a flight time 23 minutes, very happy with that. Passengers can now disembark the aircraft. We turn that off. And beacon lights, we are no longer moving, but we are active in the cockpit at the moment. So we can have a look. This Ryanair aircraft is headed to Lanzarote. Ah, well, That's a very long flight actually. Fair play. I wish him a safe flight. If he's watching this YouTube video, I mean, shout out to you, dude. I wish you a safe flight. Let me know how it goes. Other than that though, that is the flight done, so we can properly make this aircraft cold. APU off. We can turn our, yep, that's off. Our main battery off. Our nav can go off as well, and the aircraft is dark and cold with smoking off, and we are cold. Other than that though, thank you for watching today's YouTube video. I hope to see you again tomorrow's YouTube video or the next YouTube video. Other than that, enjoy the rest of your day. Good day or good night.